Hey, everybody. Welcome to day 483 of Reseller Reflections, a day in the life of a full-time reseller supporting her family. It is Saturday, October 4th, 2025. We did not meet our sales goal yesterday, but the week is going to be just fine. And I am reset to zero. The shipping is all done. Everything is ready to go. I had a little hiccup yesterday. I walked outside at I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and my packages were all still there and not picked up. Oh, so frustrating, especially, Q4, try to keep those metrics up, try to keep those scans same day. And yeah, they didn't pick up. So I headed over to the post office today and dropped them off. I guess they had a substitute carrier and, he didn't know he was supposed to pick up the packages. So a little reminder in Q4, I need to check at 4 o'clock before the post office closes to make sure my packages are picked up. Yeah. All right. I needed that reminder. Thank goodness there wasn't that many packages going out yesterday that missed the scan, and they've already picked up the ones I shipped out today. So, all right, these things happen. It was a really good reminder. I'm going to use it as a lesson because if you remember last year, I think, about 100 packages that were not, maybe it wasn't 100, I don't know, 60, a significant amount of packages that were not picked up and not scanned. And we had a rough go of it. Just making sure, to keep our volume up and keep the metrics up. Because if you don't know, on eBay, you do get, you can only have so many things that aren't scanned on the time, that aren't entered in the system on time. And that's a USPS scan that is sometimes out of your control. So yeah. All right. It wasn't that bad. It was fine. I talked to the post office. The postmaster is aware of it. And I couldn't help but think, as I was, loading up the packages and pulling my car out to go to the post office, probably I would have been in the past much more frustrated if I hadn't used this as a lesson. And I was like, all right, well, this isn't going to ruin anything. This isn't going to change the day. This was really a great day for this to happen, that there weren't many packages. Great day to learn that lesson before the volume increases, hopefully. And yeah, a little shift in attitude there. Kind of proud of myself for that one. All right, what I want to talk about tonight is moving the goalpost. When is it okay to adjust your goal or move the goalpost? So this is kind of cool. This is like an offshoot of the 12-week year, which we are going into year 4 on Monday. And you will probably hear me say a lot more during Q4 that we have not met our sales goal, because I am actually have changed my goals and made them a little more challenging as far as the business goes. Last year 3, the last quarter, I hit my goals, I hit my tactics, and it was, I don't want to say it was easy. It wasn't easy. It was daunting, but I was able to do that. So I thought, all right, going into Q4, I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a challenge here. I'm gonna go ahead and move that goalpost. So we have some really good episodes on Consignment Chats at C Chats about goals and goal setting, and most of us have heard the SMART goal acronym. And one of the things that we really do focus on is attainable, right? The A in SMART goals is the attainable. And I am making mine attainable, but yeah, they're absolutely going to be a stretch for me. So, you might hear me saying that a lot. And what's the reason? Like, when we do all of our consultations and we meet with people, we often see people, and we've done this, so can recognize it, setting themselves up for failure, setting themselves up for disappointment, setting unrealistic goals. And I have to say, like, this is probably the number one thing we encounter is it definitely people being unrealistic about their goals. And when you're unrealistic, I want to just spend a little time. If you are moving your goalpost, maybe you need to move it in one direction or the other. I'm not saying, but really focus on that attainable piece. Like, make it a challenge for yourself, but make sure that it is an attainable goal. Because what happens when you have an unattainable goal, number one, you get discouraged. Number two, when you get to the end and you haven't reached your goal, you kind of lose motivation, right? Like it really, really works against you. And then, sometimes you slip into the feeling like a failure. So why not set something that you know is attainable if you do your best? Because that's just going to feed the momentum. That's just going to feed the motivation. That's going to just make you feel really good in the end. So make sure you're not setting your goal and, making it too easy or making it too hard. Make it attainable with a little bit of a stretch. So that's what I was thinking about today. And if you are moving your goalpost, make it attainable, make it achievable, give yourself a challenge, but make sure it is something that is within your reach. All right. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I will see you on day 484 of Reseller Reflections. Night, night.